Black Phone 2, which is the sequel to The Black Phone. I don't know why they took the off the title,
yeah.
but they did. Ethan Hawke also plays in this film. I loved The Black Phone. It was directed by Scott Derrickson, who did Doctor Strange, the first Doctor Strange movie. He did not do the second one, and he made The Black Phone, which was a great choice. The cast is back. The cast of characters, Mason Thames, who we saw in How to Train Your Dragon. Ethan Hawke is back as the Grabber. Madeline McGraw as Gwen, his little sister, who has kind of psychic powers, is there. Jeremy Davies plays their father, Terrence. And Finney's character, played by Mason, can't get the Grabber out of his head. He infects his dreams. Because, look, the Black Phone was played as a very straight, scary as hell, because it's child abduction is something that's frightening. It's from the kid's point of view, trapped in a basement with a killer. It's horrifying. I love the Black Phone. Black Phone 2 takes it to kind of ridiculous levels. So the Grabber, played by Ethan Hawke, is infecting his dreams. Then, Gwen is hearing like voices. She's seeing things in her dreams that may have been like some other serial killer is killing kids at a camp. They end up, through just a weird set of circumstances, going to the camp to investigate and trying to exhume the bodies of the lost children to purge, to take power away from the killer. This is the Black Phone's attempt to basically be Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy, and Freddy did it better. And the rules keep changing. This is what bugged me about the film. It's like, okay, she can get injured in her dreams, but the injuries then... So Gwen's having dreams, the Grabber is attacking her, and then in real life you see her being thrown around a room and being injured, and then like she wakes up and she does have a cut. Then it starts happening to other people. Wait, what? So they're not dreaming, they're in real life, but the Grabber can get others who aren't having the dream of the Grabber. Like, if you make a rule in fantasy, you got to follow your rules. You can maybe kind of break some rules. It really bugged me that they were just throwing stuff out by the end. I really wanted to like this because The Black Phone, I think, was one of my favorite horror movies that came out, like 3 years ago. And this just misses the mark, in my opinion, and just is ridiculous. It gets completely ridiculous. I don't know what to say else about it except to avoid it. Didn't like it. Wanted to. The kids are all very good actors. I felt that. What I liked about actually the first half of Black Phone 2 is kind of cool in the sense that it's very it's got this gritty. It almost looks like it was shot in 16 millimeter, like of its time, like 70s, 80s kind of old horror film. When it gets to the second half, that's when the Grabber comes in. It becomes a stupid, like Freddy, like ripoff, and doesn't establish its rules in a way that makes sense. It tries to come full circle with a plot thread involving Gwen and Finn's mother. That doesn't quite work. In the end, I can't recommend it. It's also almost 2 hours. You could have cut 20 minutes out of it. So, God, I'm sorry to say, pass on Black Phone 2. Real disappointment. It started out with promise in the first half, but in the end let me down.
Yeah, let me tell you why sequels don't work. Because
why?
Well, for sequels to work, you have to take what people liked about the first movie, put it in your second movie, and then add on that. What did we like
Yeah.
about the first movie? The first movie we liked because the grabber grabs our hero, throws him in a dungeon, and then the kid gets phone calls from his previous victims, and each of those phone calls gives him clues as to how to get out and survive the situation. That's why we
Right.
like Black Phone 1. Black Phone 2 has none of that. And so therefore it's the same thing that happened with Megan 2.0. I'm calling out Blumhouse here because it took the things we liked about Megan the first movie and refused to add it to the second movie. Megan in the first movie was an evil doll that was AI doll that was trying to kill protect Katie and kill everyone else, and it was an evil dark doll. And in the second movie we turned her into a Chucky light, a Chucky hero. And so again, took things we liked about the first movie and refused to put it in the second movie. You agree?
Yes. It tries to become. Here's the problem with Black Phone 2. Bottom line, it's trying to be a franchise.
Mm-hmm.
The Black Phone was a really good,
one-off
single movie that should have been one and done. And Black Phone 2 is an attempt to turn it into a Nightmare on Elm Street like franchise.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that. It's a grounded in reality, works as a single story, and trying to turn it into a Blumhouse franchise is a big mistake. Did not work. It may end up being Blumhouse's biggest movie box office wise. It's also because what's the competition this weekend? Not much. So there you go. Do not recommend Black Phone 2.